the 15 of Clinton Boyer. He has the 5-hour energy in-car camera on board. He starts 31st. Just chatted with Kevin Harvick in the 4. He has the Busch Beer onboard camera starting 24th tonight. Casey Mears in the 13 has the Geico in-car camera, and he will start 21st. Starting 17th with the Smithfield onboard camera is Eric Almirola. Chris Buescher, currently 31st in points, has the Sprint in-car camera and will start 12th this evening. Ryan Blaney, coating the colors of Virginia Tech with the Ford onboard camera, starting 4th tonight. And Denny Hamlin up in the front row, starting 2nd, has the Toyota onboard camera. See what he can do with that front row.
He could. The only thing he's fighting right now is that he's crazy loose. But Rodney came on the radio and said, "You're still fast, bud."
25 or 30 laps. The 48 may have been a lap down, but right now they've distanced themselves and are running in 15th spot.
The battle for the 3rd spot as Kevin Harvick trying to take it away from Denny Hamlin. We've seen Hamlin have good runs early in a run and then has fallen back, and once again it looks as though that's going to be the case as he loses a position to Kevin Harvick, and now Martin Truex Jr. all over the back bumper of Denny Hamlin.
And get around A.J. Allmendingers are right on board with Chris Buescher. Remember a few weeks ago he told us that they were getting full Roush Fenway support starting as soon as they won that race at Pocono. Chris Buescher told me the place that's going to help the most right here this weekend at Bristol and Richmond in a couple of weeks. In fact, this is the brand new car they had a couple of weeks ago at Kentucky, and they were terrific that weekend in practice, qualified well, raced well, until they got in a wreck. He was so excited to bring it here. They think they'll have good performance with it. But the biggest key right now, that 34 car in the chase as of this moment.
I think that the slower cars offer an opportunity for passing zones.
Denny Hamlin still trying to make the bottom of the racetrack work, but Ryan Blaney's able to make the high side work for him as he's been able to get by, as does the 42 of Kyle Larson now. Chase Elliott is up there also in the 24.
Rick, you mentioned a moment ago, Denny Hamlin's so good at the short run, but it just seems that the car gets too tight about 30 laps into the run. Mike Wheeler, I talked to him a moment ago. He said, we've got to do something to make it better, but clearly we have a short run car, not a long run car this afternoon so far.
Times this year.
Denny Hamlin once again speeding. It was too fast exiting this time. It's his 12th penalty this season, 8th speeding of the year.
Chase closes, you have to clean those things up. You've got to get yourself where you're not making those mistakes, because remember, when the chase starts, points matter. You cannot give up points. More people will advance into the chase and into Homestead by points than they will by winning races. So you have to be conservative. Well, not conservative, but you can't be too aggressive and give away points.
Obviously, Kyle feels he has a mechanical issue of some sort. It's obviously something that's gradually going away. If it was a complete failure of the right rear shock or the shock mount, there's no way in my mind that 18 could be leading the race. Plus, I think we'd be able to see the car with a lot more movement in the middle of the corner. But he obviously knows he's feeling something, so we'll just have to continue to watch with 100.
Outside of him, was hoping the 21 didn't come back and get inside of him. Lucy got
end of the racetrack, they swap, and the 22 goes to the top and the 4 goes to the bottom.
That time Harvick stayed up top.
Joey turning his car off and off.
You can enter behind pit wall.
Look at the steering wheel. Look at the steering wheel shaking.
Yep, damage to the right side of that number 15.
All the leaders came down pit road, and then this time 2 tires the call from Mike Wheeler, left side tires for that 11 car. And Steve, for that right rear that was loose earlier, they put a wheel spacer in to make sure that doesn't happen in future stops for this 11 team. Now they put themselves back in a position to be able to win this race.
Ready to do something like that. You know, gave it a shot. Still got a chance at the top 3. Otherwise, we're going to run 5th and 10th, you know, coming from behind. So pretty happy with our chances.
Try to do the best that I can. You know, everyone's been struggling with it for sure. For whatever reason, it just seems like that bottom line needs heat for the tires to grip to it. So I'm sure it's not going to be any better here after this rain.
All right, good luck to you and your team.
Still amazes me how much access we're able to have to these drivers, and
we
with just 50-some laps to go.
Just talked to 3 of the top 4.
Yeah.
So in the heat of the battle, these guys trying to win this race, And as you just mentioned, Steve, this winning this race
to overcome that, work his way up to the front. Now in the lead, under 30 laps to go from Bristol to get his second Bristol win.
About 6 left on tires here, so maybe something like pace up to the edge or something. Don't burn them up right now.
That was the 11 radio, Denny Hamlin. The gap, 2.7 seconds between Harvick and Hamlin.